Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new, my name's Todd. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, I just finished up this project here. So if you think this is interesting, be sure to check that video out on my channel. But I want to be efficient, so I thought I'd start another video, another project. It's actually a project that I've kind of started maybe about a month and a half ago. Picked up the supplies and started piecing it together, but I haven't finished it yet. So that's what I want this video to be about. I want it to be about this new project. So anyways, like I said, I just finished this project up here, and this is a sideshow banner. And this is going to go outside of the studio here. And again, if you haven't seen my other videos, what I'm trying to create inside the studio here is the inside of King Tut's tomb. And it's going to be like a one-night only exhibit, like a sideshow exhibit that you'd find at a carnival or a circus. And so this banner that you see here is going to go on the outside of my studio. And it's going to be dark, so I want people to be able to see it. So what I want to do is I want to create some torches that'll kind of shine some light or give some light in the surrounding area so that you can see the banner. And so that's what this video is going to be about. Some torches that I want to make. So I was thinking that, the simplest thing to do would be to just use some bamboo torches like this. Maybe paint them black, just stick them outside, and that'd be the end of it. And that would probably be fine. But the more I thought about it, I wanted to do something a little more exotic since this is kind of an Egyptian theme. And so I started looking around at the hardware store and looking around here in the studio and what I had at the house and kind of thinking about, what could I do to make these torches that would be kind of cool and not just a bamboo torch. So I came up with an idea when I was at the hardware store. I was kind of starting to put things together in the car, and I was looking at the stuff and started adding up the pricing that I had in there of the different items, and I thought, man, this is just way too expensive to try to make something. And I happened to walk by the patio area where they had the patio with furniture, and I saw these tiki torches, which I thought I wasn't going to use, but the price on them was $1.99. So I picked up 2 of them, and I thought, well, I'm going to use these, and then maybe I'll add some stuff to it to get the look that I want. So that's what I did. I picked up 2 of these torches, and these are going to be like the torches for each side here, but I want to decorate them to make them more exotic. So I was thinking what I could do, and this is what I came up with. So I bought this cheap wood here, and these are like furring strips. I got them for like $1.19 a piece, and I cut them down, and I crafted something that looks like this. And as you can see, I kind of started painting it and putting pieces together. But this is what I want to create. I want to create 2 of these, and this is the one I have almost done, not completely. But the way this will work is I'm going to take one of these torches and it'll slide in there like so. And this will kind of stab in the ground, or I'll use some rebar to stick it in the ground. And I'll paint this bamboo torch, probably black. I'll finish painting this little stand that I made. And then I also have like a piece of wood, a small piece of wood that I'm going to put on the front here. And it might be like a cartouche of King Tut, or maybe like the Eye of Rai, some kind of little Egyptian design here on the front. And then I might use some of that like hammered spray paint to make it look like metal. And then that's it. And then of course, these torches here, they come with the canister and the wick, and I've already got the fluid to put on the inside, so it's actually an easy prop to make, and I think it adds a lot by adding this so-called, what looks to be maybe like metal to it. Just gives it more of an Egyptian flair, at least I think so. So not too complicated. And again, you know, these projects aren't rocket science. All you really need is a little bit of imagination and the will to try something, not be afraid to try it. So I'm going to go ahead and make another one of these. And I've kind of got the wood already cut. And I've got these little pieces here cut also. So I'm going to go put all that stuff together, maybe add this front plate and paint this up, and then I'll bring it in here and I'll show you what it looks like. So don't go anywhere. I've got the outside torches done. I think they turned out pretty cool and will look excellent outside in front of this banner or beside the banner. Let me give you a closer look. To each torch, I added this little design here, and this is just a scrap of plywood that I had. And so what I did was I painted the cartouche of King Tut, and then I nailed it onto the torch here. And I just used spray paint, some markers, and some paint markers. Super easy. And I also painted the top of the torch gold. So I think the combination of black and this cartouche here with the blue on it and the gold makes it pop, and I like it. Now, I still have to maybe angle the bottom of these so that I can stab it into the ground, or I may just use like some rebar and then fasten this to the rebar. Not sure yet, I'll figure that out later. But super happy with the way they turned out. And again, this torch here, this is just one of those bamboo torches, and then I made this frame here to hold the torch. Now let me show you something else on this, in case you're wondering. So on the top of the torch here, there's these little pieces of wood, and there's a hole in it. And then there's also more of those little pieces of wood here. And this is what the torch sits in. And all I did was I took some scrap wood and I bored out some holes using these wood bit and like a hole saw on my drill. And that was probably the hardest part of this whole project, was drilling those holes. But super easy. And these just simply slide down inside the holes like that, and there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed this little video, and perhaps it gave you some inspiration for your next build. If it did, give it a thumbs up. Now, I still have lots of stuff to do out here in the studio for this year's haunt. I've got to make my mummy yet, my sarcophagus. I've got canopic jars, a canopic jar chest, and then just general decorating for out here in the studio to make this look like a tomb, King Tut's tomb. So still a lot more videos to do. So be sure to come back on a regular basis and check my channel out if you're interested. Until then, I'll see you on the next video. Take care.